So today is December 21st, 2021, and this is actually just a rehash of what I did today. For some reason, my recording did not, it only got about 30 seconds of the recording, and then it something happened. So I uploaded it and only saved 30 seconds of it. So don't know what the hell happened with that, but so I'm just going to go and do kind of a recap on what I did. So didn't do a whole lot today. Only had 3 trades, 1 win, and 2 break-evens. First trade was at 739 for a break-even on the long side. And that is right around, let's see, 739. And that was a long try around 743. 739, get this queued up here. So 739 is right in here. So it looked like we were coming back into this previous demand, and this was somewhat of a pivot at the time as well. So I put in this pretty large compression here, and I took the long trade. We're at 43, I believe it was here. So this definitely had a good chance to go, and when we popped up above here, it just didn't get going, and I went to break even pretty quickly, and looks like that was a pretty good decision. That was off of this opening volume as well. Looked like we were going to hold this, so this was kind of a fairly, what I thought was going to be a fairly significant pivot zone here. So overall, I wouldn't say the context was good at that time, but that was a fairly reasonable try there. And then I took another one at 8:15 at 70.38. That was a little later after these guys were put in here, so we came back down and tested back into this untested demand from the open. And so I took that trade at 8:15, right when that bar, after the 8:16 bar. So that was here, right around here. So again, came down, put in this low on increased volume. Can't really say what the order flow was doing right now because I haven't really, not going to look at that right now. But 8:15, so about right here, we took out this swing low right here. So this buyer was taken out. We pushed up, and that definitely didn't work out. I was fortunate to get that off. And then my win for the day was at 9:03 at 70.32. So this was a good trade. After my day yesterday, just being back live, still got a little bit of nerves here. And so when I get a trade where I am in profit, it's a fine line for me right now, not choking it out. But at this point, when we came in and came back into this untested demand, and this was definitely, again, a fairly significant pivot area, but this untested demand in here, put in this compression here, we had a nice limit buyer and a push up. Came back down again, put in another compression bar here and another limit, fairly significant limit buyer. So at this point, being above this volume, I took this trade here at 32, and then so stop would be down below the lows here at 19, or it also could have held it here below at 25, and pretty quickly this went up. So my target, I felt like this was my first trouble area here at 45 coming into this, because this hadn't really been tested yet. So what I did is I actually just put my target there. And I also felt, and I narrated this when in the live video during the trade, but I really felt like these highs here were likely to go at the 50 round number, and then also all the way up into to take out this overnight high at the 68, and we can tell that is exactly what happened. So it's a fine line, because this definitely could have could have held and pushed it back down and came back down to take me out at break even. But I feel like I could have given this a little bit more room with the context for that definitely to take out the high. But 13 is not bad. The issue is just, again, where I'm trading at with my winning percentage being typically in the mid-30s, or it's still hovering around there, is that I need to get these bigger average wins than losses. So 13 on a day like this is okay. I didn't have any losses, but 2 break-evens, it works. But if I have another loss or 10-tick loss, or typically that's almost 2-to-1 losses to wins at 30%. So I really need to have that 2 to 3R win rate. So 13 is not going to get that done. So, but I feel like I've also been trading a little bit higher percentage in the last month or so. So that hasn't really reflected. I got to look at my stats as of this month. It's still at 36%. I had a real bad day at the beginning of the month, 14 trades and a big loss. Traded past my loss limit, actually. So that's kind of like one of those blow-ups that I've had multiple times since back in March. So I've really come to the realization, though, that those kind of things absolutely can't happen anymore. So if I'm going to have blow-ups like that, this is never going to work. I'm never going to turn the corner. I'm never going to make it. So holding my stops, absolutely, and being okay with just being wrong. So understanding that, well, why am I worried about being wrong if I know that I have an edge, and I know that if I take a loss, I'm just that much closer to my next win? Because what I came to grips with is that I didn't really have any confidence in my edge, and I really do now, even though it's still a work in progress, and I feel like I have a lot of work to do to get better. I am at a point where if I can just continue on and maintain discipline and do what I've been doing, I definitely have an edge, and I am slightly profitable. It's not great, especially when we talk about commissions and things. That eats a lot of my profit away. But I gotta first and foremost be profitable, have a solid edge, and then work on it from there. So that's enough for today. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the mental aspects of what I'm facing, and I am just real gun shy, and one of the biggest things trying not to do is being of the mentality of just trying not to lose, because what that ends up doing is I end up taking trades off break even much too quickly. And there's just been countless, and I track my stats in here, and I can see so many of my trades that after I get taken out break even that go to profit, or even after they hit my target, they continue on, which that's okay. As long as I have a short-term target that I hit, that's fine. But getting taken out break even, or going to break even too quickly before a more valid de-risk point has cost me a tremendous amount of opportunity. So, like Kelly says as well, I'm still working every day, being mindful and aware of moving from a fear-based mentality to an opportunity-based mentality. And I'm still working on it. It's a work in progress. But have I internalized trying not to lose and knowing that I have an edge? I can't say 100%. Only time will tell. But I'm feeling good. I know that I do have an edge. I just need to continue to stay consistent, and day after day, continuing to be profitable will build that confidence, and I will, and that'll grow. And I can only improve from here. That's it for today.